Hi, and welcome to what I believe is day 335 of doing pull-ups every single day. Today I'm going to actually vlog the entire day. My goal, once again for today, is to do minimum 1,500 pull-ups, and depending how I feel and how long it takes me to get to the 1,500, I will go for 2,000. It is going to be the biggest day I have ever done so far if everything goes according to plan. And this is practically what I'm going to be using this whole 30-day span from day 331 to day 365 to do, to chase some bigger numbers and to chase them correctly. I'm going to post every single rep I do, as always, so you can see I'm not a fraud like these other people who have been beating the pull-up world record or the Goggins pull-up world record. Sorry, got something on my throat. I don't mean to slime anyone. No, actually I do mean to slime people. There are a lot of frauds in the pull-up space, to a point that it's actually disgusting. Sure, they do some quality reps, but you cannot say for example, you've beat the Goggins record and you did 3,000 clean reps, and then the other 1,000 or so were absolutely atrocious. Either you do the 4,030 correctly or you didn't beat shit. And that is the position that most people are in. So many people breaking the world record. Yes, they do a lot of good clean reps, but when it gets towards the end and they're tired, they just pretend they do the reps. They do them halfway. I've even seen a quarter reps. I'm not even joking about that. A quarter reps. So I'm not going to be that guy. Either I beat the record or I don't beat the record. What I'm not going to do is try to beat the record. Everything goes well. Well, I can't do any more proper pull-ups, so I'm going to cheat my way through it and still say I did it. Those people are just frankly fucking disgusting, okay? The complete arrogance that it takes for a human to cheat their way through a record and claim they did it when there are other people who trained for so long to get it and they did it the right way is just absolutely abysmal to me. No honor, no respect for others. They clearly have a humongous self-importance about them, which obviously is not verified. I feel like these people are just grasping at straws. They're grasping at anything they can to try to make themselves into a greater person that they are, when in reality most of them are just not there yet. Why don't you, I don't know, do the clean reps you did, understand that you do not have what it takes to do the rest, and go back to training and try it again next time and make sure that next time that shit doesn't happen. Yeah, no one does that, because that would be a real humbling sensation, one that I'm sure I will get sometime at this challenge. If you go through my videos, especially the last ones, my pull-ups have been very good. Even I, editing these videos and looking at them, the reps, doing 1,000 pull-up days every day, and the reps are quite frankly impeccable. But that was at doing 1,000. Maybe at doing 2,000, the conversation will be different. And if it is different, then I just gotta train more and make sure that I make the conversation the exact same. So yeah, just a little talk to start off the video. And I wanted to make it very clear, I'm not here to fraud, to cheat. I'm here to either beat it fair, head on head, or to understand that I am not yet good enough and go back to training. I've just now started my day. I've already eaten my first meal. That will be on the screen. Just some rice with a bit of fish. Nothing too big. I don't like filling myself up for the first meal. For the second meal, I am probably going to have a bit more volume, but I'll talk about that for the second meal after I eat it. So yeah, let's hope that today is a good day. I still have a lot of work to do. And I'll see you for the next update, which will happen in meal 2 after I complete it. Alright, so the plan has changed slightly. I decided to go now. I'm just gonna have a quick pre-workout meal, and I'll show you in a second everything I eat beforehand and drink. But now I'm gonna talk about the food selection. A lot of the food selection, I assume that people are gonna say, you know, it's better if you ate this. Yes, there are much better options than what I'm about to eat, but I believe that the choice in what I opt to eat before and during this session is far less important than the effort I put into it. A lot of you place way too much value on the food. You don't have the cream of rice, you don't have that specific thing that's good for carbs, like, I don't know, dates or some BS. Who cares? The difference that eating the correct food will make is far outweighed by the effort, the extra effort you could put. So just try harder. I'm not saying that food isn't important. It is important. But I promise you'll make a lot more progress if you just focus on trying harder instead of just focusing on these things that, yes, do make a difference, but this difference is only noticeable if you're at the top of your game. If you're Michael Phelps, if you're Cristiano Ronaldo, if you are Islam Makhachev, if you're at the top, these differences are tangible. But if you're not at the top, just focus on trying harder or on trying more often. That's it. So now I'm going to show you what I'm going to eat. So this is what I'm going to eat right now. It's not a lot because I don't want to have my stomach full. It's just some of this, muesli, whatever, a banana and some honey. I'm also going to be drinking this coffee. And as of the things I'm going to eat while I am in the garage, I'm going to eat this, and I'm going to drink a third of this monster, which is inside here. So this is it for now. I'll get back to you whenever I get back to you. Right, I got done with 2001 pull-ups. I'm still in the garage. Decided to do a little update here. If the quality is a bit off, it's because I'm recording this on the other iPhone, and it's iPhone 8, I think, because I ran out of storage on the other one, even though I had the photo album all cleared. The 2000 still do not fit in that phone, so I had to resort to this one to record the rest. So the last couple one, I think it's the last 3 sets. The quality isn't as good, but you know what? It's what I could do. It's recorded. I'm just going to be brief here. I did it in under 6 hours when I'm upstairs and I gave you the final update and the wrap up. I'll tell you exactly how long I took, but it was under 6 hours. Just for context, the first time I did 1,000 pull-ups, it took me 4 hours and 4 minutes. This was my first time doing 2,000 pull-ups, and I did it in under 6 hours, so I was very fast. I was actually pretty freaking surprised myself. I managed to help pace incredibly well, but even more impressive is no pain, no shoulder pain, no shoulder discomfort, no elbow discomfort, no elbow pain, no wrist discomfort. The only thing I feel right now is obviously my hands. It's not that they hurt, you know, they're just filled with blood and a bit swollen, which is, well, to be expected. I didn't even wear gloves, straps, nothing, just raw dogged it. My biceps are obviously a bit sore. Whoa, who would have said? My back feels great. My neck, especially,
the back part of the neck is a bit stiff and sore, but that's probably because of a problem I have that in general makes my back a bit tight. And honestly, my legs hurt from fucking standing. I could have just, sat in between sets, but I was actually doing other things around the garage while I was doing the pull-ups. So I was not 100% focused on doing the pull-ups. So I could have even been faster than I was, but I didn't want to treat this day like a special day because it isn't. 2000 is not special. 2000, no matter the time, will be just another training day, just like 1000 is to me now. And yeah, that's it. I'll update you more upstairs. For now, I'm just gonna go take a shower, which I'm dying to do.
Alright, this is the final update of this vlog. I'm recording it 24 hours after I completed the pull-ups because I just didn't have time to go around to it. So let's review the session. Today was day 335 of doing pull-ups every day until I beat the pull-up world record. I did 2,000 pull-ups, and since the start of the challenge I've done 90,380. If you're wondering how long it took me to do the 2,000 pull-ups, I do not have the exact time. I know for 100% certainty that it was under 6 hours. Between, let's say, 5 hours and 40 minutes and beneath 6 hours. So between that 20-minute gap, I am 100% sure. I could check, but honestly, I'm just fucking tired and I just want to get this over with and just finish editing the video. It was the hardest part about today wasn't doing the pull-ups. As I've said, I'm recording this video 24 hours after I did them, and I feel great. It does not feel like I did 2,000 pull-ups yesterday. Just for context, the current world record is 12,000 something. So 2,000 is 1/6 of the record. I just did that for the very first time ever. And my back is a bit achy. My biceps are a bit sore. Not even sore, they're not sore, they're just, a bit tense. And the worst thing is just the forearm. This one is a bit sore. This muscle here. But it does not feel like I've done 1/6 of the current world record just 24 hours ago. In under 6 hours, by the way, for the very first time ever. So, yeah, feels good. So what was the hardest part about this? It wasn't the 2,000 pull-ups. It is recording them. Because my phone does not have enough storage for them. My storage was completely clean. Sorry. And still, the 2,000 pull-ups could not fit in there. To be honest, I believe it was 60 some pull-ups that couldn't fit before I ran out of storage. So yeah, that was a problem. And also, just putting these on my laptop, transferring them, it's a lot of files to transfer and it's a lot of files to edit. So it takes a lot to export, to edit, to then download, to upload. It is the worst thing, for sure. I'd rather do 2,000 pull-ups again than have to edit this. So that is just how much worse it is. But a very fun fact, when I go for 3,000 pull-ups, I know now for sure that I'm gonna have to do like 2,000, come back upstairs, transfer the files over to my PC, delete them off my phone to free up space, and go do the other 1,000. I won't be able to stay for the whole time in the garage, so that will add extra time to the challenge. But that's fine, I'm just training, just trying to be faster. This isn't really a big strain yet, so I'm not gonna treat it as one. If and when it becomes a strain, it's more of when it becomes a strain, because it will. Then I'll cross that bridge when I get there. For now, it isn't a major problem. It kind of bothered me that I ran out of space and I just, went to my phone and iPhone storage full, and I was like, damn, I just did a set and I ran out of storage and it didn't record the set. So I didn't really do 2000. I did more than 2000, but 2000 recorded once. That's what I did. I did a bit more, but who cares? Those aren't recorded, so it didn't happen. I cannot claim that I did. If you guys want to count it, that's on you. I'm not going to count them. I'm only going to count what I can prove. And I can prove these 2000, as you can see in the video. So yeah, pretty happy with today, which is kind of yesterday actually. Do I have anything else to speak about? Well, if I do, I'll speak it on another day if it is that important. But yeah, I will see you for day 336, which will be an active recovery day, I'm sure. Have a nice day.